Hey, I think we're live. We might be live. We'll find out. Welcome to the stream if you're here. So, we've got a slight problem, as per usual. Some of the preset neurons are not showing up. I guess I should probably start with, hi, welcome to the schematical live stream of ChaosCraft. ChaosCraft is a neural network powered machine learning Minecraft tool. It uses neural evolution, so we don't really use back propagation or reinforcement learning a ton. We do a little bit of reinforcement learning, but it's unsupervised. I guess I supervise it, but either way, welcome to the show. Kind of wait a minute for more people to get here. Just real quick doing some house cleaning stuff. All right. So, for anybody interested, I've misplaced the tab. Hope we got someone here. Comrade Elmo. Hey, welcome. I'm not sure if you're somebody else on the Discord. If you are, feel free to let me know. Is it possible to make make it select the item that does the most damage and engage in PvP with the bot? Yeah, it is possible to do that. I didn't set it up for it today. Today we're focused more on placing blocks and patterns. 1 second, let the puppy in. Tech Stack LP says, "Hey, Schematical, missed or joined just as you were finishing the last few times. Got a bit distracted. Not the best time for me to watch." I understand. So we've just got a weird problem right now where some of the preset neurons I set are not showing up in this. Or did I forget to put them in? Yeah, we got a slight bug where the preset neurons are not showing up. I need to test this. And sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. The back end stuff is on actually a separate laptop than the primary stuff. Comrade Elmo, happy to do so. Are you in our Discord as a name, Comrade? Hey, we got 6 people on. Shout it out. Who's here? So some of you guys might wonder what's going on. Well, basically, with the new targeting stuff, they are extremely focused, which is cool. Cold Embrace is here, never fear. So that new targeting system is pretty awesome if the preset neurons actually get passed in, which they're not. But I'm going to fix that. And what else was I going to say? Oh, so the goal for them, they win when they dig oak plank and they place it on or next to a waypoint block. That's how they get the best bang for their buck. So I didn't give them any by default, but if they don't in a while, then I'll give them some by default. No worries, comrade. I'm just curious. Sometimes a lot of people have a lot of different nicknames, so I try and make sure I know who I'm talking to. But yeah, tech stack. Just a heads up, there is no link in the Discord in your stream description. What? I just posted a link. I'm looking at a link. Is it not the? It's the link I got from these guys. Don't know. Looks like a link. All right, I gotta add these neurons. I added them earlier, and now they're gone. Yep, literally all gone. Well, that's fun. Wait a minute. I think those are in there. To your Discord. YouTube stream description to your Discord. I'll have to look into that. It should be using the default description for this. Hold on a second. We're going to catch one of these guys' neural nets. Okay. So he's got the bias, of course, target candidate count, which I added. It's already, this is the Gen 4, it's already learned, is looking at input, which is cool. Target candidate pitch, okay, it's not using the type. So I've got to edit target candidate type. Oh, I'm missing one key thing too here. Oh, we got a middle neuron in there. Two middle neurons. That guy's evolving fast. All right, I'm going to drop this back to observer mode while I fix this. Sorry if I'm quiet here. I'm trying to, as quickly as possible, re-add the rules, which I added about an hour ago, so I'd be all ready, and now they're just gone. So. Okay, so it should have the target look output, and it's got two key inputs. I could add the other ones, but right now we're just going to go ahead and do a hard reset with this. So give me one moment. Now, unfortunately, that means I got to reboot this. Actually, I might be able to get away with this just by doing a disconnect and a reconnect. Hard reset's done. Oh, there we go. Okay, Gen Zeros. Let's put it back into observe mode. Okay, so, nope, that's not it. No. So up here, it tells you what their target is. And ideally, I should back out and verify this since we just had an issue. I got too much crap on my desk. I'm trying to eat right now. If I can grab one of these guys, whoop, not that. You should have a look at target output activator, which is good. What's that? All right, and is type plank, is type waypoint block. This I'm not 100% sure on. I think that's the right ID. So what we'll see is when this is Gen 0, so I'm not too worried about it, but it's likely that they'll figure out how to walk towards what they're looking at right away. Now the question is, will they mine it? Oh, I should show you guys something too, is that this right here is meant to accept one of these wooden blocks. Wow, that didn't actually work. It's supposed to evaporate it right away. That was working. Come on. There we go. 1 second here. Run server. Oh, we got an error here. Yep, waypoint block. Interesting. Null pointer exception. Oh. Evidently the entity was not spawned yet. So. That's why that didn't disappear. But it should disappear and it should fire off a reward. Which actually I need to re-add anyway, so. Let's try it again. Yeah, there's definitely somebody spawning in the midst of it. All right. I'm gonna let that observe for a second while I do some real quick fanciness over here. All right, I updated the fitness functions. I'm gonna refresh to make sure that took. Ernie, what you doing, buddy? All right, hopping off of here real quick. Just give me a second to cycle this. Ernie, off the table. He sees his reflection in the TV, and then he paused my big screen TV, which isn't good for the TV. Ernie. All right. And while this client's booting up, I will take any questions we got. I think the server booted. All right. So there is no link. No link. All right. We've been through that. Link to the Discord. All right. I'm posting the link to the Discord right now. Invite people. Okay. It's copied. Anybody interested? Here's the link. There. I don't know if I can edit this description from here. I kind of just slapped it in there, but Um, Comrade Elmo, do the AI know what harms them and how to harm others? They have the ability to harm others. Are they really aware of what they're doing? I mean, when the chicken hunting thing was going on, they became pretty adept. I don't know if anybody saw my targeting stuff live stream on Twitch the other morning. It was kind of an impromptu one, but that was cool. So what we're looking for right now is them walking towards either the blue box. I need to make that. I keep saying I need to fix that, and I never do. See that? Okay, that's what's supposed to happen. So what ideally they'll mine this, place it there, and when they die, this will get replaced, so it's fine. So those things will keep respawning. Otherwise, I'll put more of them up. All right, now what do we have? Any species score anything? What the heck? What was it? This training room just got completely reverted somehow. Because I have this set to be. All right, my preset neurons are still in there. No, that's the wrong training room. Nope, my preset neurons got stripped out again. What in the heck? All right. I got to re-add in the preset neurons again. One sec. My fitness function is good. I know my preset neurons are screwed up. Okay. Sorry for this delay. Cutting edge technology like this often has issues. I'm kind of joking. Double check my fitness functions are still in place. All right, hitting this with a hard reset again, just mainly because the preset neurons shouldn't be getting stripped out. And let's hit it with a reset here. I don't think that was actually fully necessary. All right, catching up here. Never fear. Is dig output working correctly? I've seen them breaking my redstone, never actually removing oak planks or anything. We'll find out. I mean, I've seen them dig up plenty of stuff in the past. Yeah, like I always hop on and there's like a half-done block state from when they started digging to when they stopped. So the new targeting output, which limits their flexibility but makes them super accurate with the targeting system, that, I mean, they basically can't not look at it. So let me double check something in my fitness functions real quick. All right, so here's my fitness functions. If they place a block, they get 1 point. They get a max occurrences of 4 times or 1 time, and that's only the oak block because that's the only thing I'm gonna give them. The exploring, same rule for exploring. 30 seconds of life can be gained, one for each tile that they haven't touched before. Block mined, if they mine oak, then they get 10 points and 10 life. The max occurrence is a 4. And you guys can see this stuff on ChaosNet, by the way, on the website. Target selected oak, they get 2 points and 5 seconds of life, max of 1. Target selected waypoint. Oh, Jesus. For some reason, those are not. They're not getting their type set for some reason. I don't even know how much time I've spent on this, but it's a ton. Okay, no, it's in there in the back and it's just not showing up. I have no idea. Okay, let's get back to watching this. Schematically, you should look at some of the papers I post on the Discord. Some interesting ideas there. I usually do check out most of the stuff that you guys post. At least, go through it. I haven't done anything today because I was just gearing up for this live stream. I needed to alter the waypoint block and get that new score event in there. And I did get the back end working in dev. The sessions are migrated. There's still obviously some issues. I'm going to make preset neurons their own field. I'm going to make it so you have to post to the preset neuron endpoint or the fitness function endpoint. Because right now they're getting overwritten somehow. I got a pretty good idea how. So we're at Gen 0 again. Not really jumping on this too much. Let's see if anybody's hitting targets. So again, we're looking for this up here to not be null. Means they've selected a target. And preferably, it'll be wood planks at first, and then I should add in a preset neuron for has equipped, but we'll just start with getting him to mine. I'm going to add in some breakpoints just to be on the safe side here. Go scan manager. Okay, that's good. That's getting hit. Okay, so we have a slight issue. Okay, so they've got 1,000. And it totally just bypassed actually scanning anything, didn't it? No, it jumped over to the back of it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to double check their neural nets. Use network info. Come on. Place block output. That's good. It's got a bunch of stuff on place block output. Targeted quick stack, walk forward, jump, dig, look at. Give me a second here. All right, let's see if we can do this now. Schematically, you should take a look at the. Oh, I saw. Okay, I have seen them in older videos, absolutely destroying the ground. And all they do is spam the crap out of the blocks. Well, the as far as that goes, the blocks. I made it so that the blocks they destroy get replaced when they die. So you will see less digging now for sure. Well, you'll see digging, but you'll see its results less. Oop. Look at this guy. He's found me. He's running for me. Wise decision. And he's changed his mind. He's changed his target. All right. This is what we're cooking. All right. And for the 100th time. And let's see what we can see. So again, target slot. We're looking for someone to set it to anything but null for now, ideally to wood in the longer run. And they should have the neurons to spot wood already in their targeting system. Should being the key word here. Alien Anthony, I'm sorry I missed your post from earlier. I know this sounds unreasonable, but I think it would be interesting if you went into spectator mode to see if they can learn to look at you despite being invisible. I think they can. I'm still a player entity. Actually, it might not render the player entity in the game. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm in spectator mode right now. Oh, here we go. This guy targeted obsidian. So he picked a random block of obsidian. He's not going to get rewarded for it, but he targeted something. So now we play the waiting game to see if one of them will target wood. That should do it. Never fear. When do you plan on putting in RT neat? Once we're sure all the basic stuff's working, I'm trying to figure out how to swap in different game modes without breaking everything, because I want to do a team run where we can say, okay, we're going to do the soccer match like I was talking about, or football, not American football, as you would say. Wei Jai, Weijai. Wow, first time catching up on the stream. Welcome. Glad to have you. So right now, they've got this targeting system, and so they do a scan, and it takes a couple ticks to do. But they got basically a 10 by 10 block radius. Radius is not the right word, but grid that they can use to try and spot that wood there. They get rewarded for digging the wood, and they also get rewarded for placing a block on a waypoint block. So a waypoint block's the green block, I believe it is. It's like a turquoise. And so, yeah, they're learning very slowly. A couple of them have selected targets, but no one's targeted the right blocks yet. I'm going to real quick double check the preset neurons. I saw it a minute ago. Let's verify the preset neuron. And yes, I'm eating. I'm sorry. I'm hungry, and the puppy was sitting in my lap before this, and I didn't want to wake him up. Stop observing. So if we grab one of these guys. So this is a target candidate type input of Minecraft oak plank. Did I make those out of oak? That's going to be sad if I didn't. Hold on. What am I holding here? Oak planks. Okay. Oak planks. Got a bunch of oak planks. These are oak planks. I think they're oak planks. Yeah, they're oak planks. So they'll spot an oak plank, mine it, and then eventually, and this is really take a while, they'll place one on here, and as you saw, it basically eats it right away. So once I see them starting to do this, I'll put up more of those pillars, but I want to make sure they're kind of getting the basics first. The first big win is going to be when they start walking up and just cuddling with this thing here. Not like that. They'll just stay there. If they score, slime particles shoot out of them, so just keep an eye open for slime particles. We still Gen 0? Oh, yeah, we're still Gen 0. There's going to be a lot of tomfoolery going on in Gen 0. Wait, Jai, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Hello. Good to have you on. Are you on the Discord at all? Do you have a Discord name? A lot of people have different YouTube usernames in Discord, and it always confuses me. I don't know if anybody caught the Twitch stream where I was at working on this tracking system, but man, they were spot on by the end of the last Twitch stream. I was using a debug thing, so they basically automatically targeted something. So we're still now, their navigation is so much more reliant on the targeting stuff, but once they choose the right target, they're going to be on that thing, like on it. So, and we figured out how to make them look at it, which is nice. Because before they would face it. Ooh, what do we got here? Can I shove this guy over maybe? He could just be jumping up and down. I don't know. Yeah, he's not. That's not intelligence. Hmm. Yeah, they were tracking like beasts. I do have a Discord. We posted a link a minute ago. I can probably grab that again. I think it's also in the show notes as well, but here you go. If you're at all inclined, there's a whole community of people that are always talking about AI and machine learning and stuff like that. That guy's, oh, did he do a 180? Don't know. But in theory, with the new neuron I released, they should be able to track so much faster than even previous generations. Like the King of the Hill tracking will have nothing on this. This will be something just crazy powerful. We've already seen one track me, but that isn't really the point of the game. So let's go back and just check on see. I'm not seeing a lot of scores here. So what could be screwy is our fitness functions. Because I'm going to double check them on the back end again, just because I'm super paranoid now. And I can clearly see that there is a problem here. Mother of pearl. Honestly, designing this user interface is almost tougher than actually designing the game in a way. Okay, here we go again. I'm gonna disconnect for a second. Hit this. And we're off again. Let's see. FBX Gaming, I'm not sure you've been on here before, but welcome. I don't know what your server IP means, but cool. Never fear, maybe I need more species right now. There's only a small amount at a given time. Yeah, I think you went with the defaults, which are a little smaller. Actually, I've been meaning to beef that up, and because they were set that way for debugging purposes at one point, and I need to beef them back up again. Diz Miner, welcome. Seek and Story. I always want to say Seek and Destroy for some reason. DM, good evening. How's everybody doing? We got 9 people on here. Cool. All right, so here's the name of the game for the people that just got here. Okay? They've got targeting inputs, which now, assuming they choose the right target, which we've already seen them follow me on this thing, but the first target ideal would be these blocks. And what happens is they get a little bit of points for mining it, but they get a lot of points for placing blocks on the waypoint block. And they also have the ability to target a waypoint neuron, or at least determine that type and choose to target it early on. So we're going to find out what happens. Can they mine? Can they collect and place stuff? Because this will be the groundwork for a much bigger game, where I kind of release them in the wild to go and collect stuff. But I'm curious how quickly it can learn. By the way, I did just do a hard reset when I did that. So we're back to Gen 0, Species 0 again. That actually, now I think about it, this thing should have aired out with that bug I just saw. So let's go game mode, spectator again, and let's drop into observer mode again. This will help us spot a scoring one. And again, for those of you guys that just got here, when this becomes not null, that means they've got a target. And so that's what we're hoping they'll do. And what they can do is they scan about every 10 seconds right now, about a 10 block grid. And then they can, now that the pitch, the yaw, and all that information gets fed into them for the target. So hopefully, like I said, we're in Gen 0, so it's totally random brains. There's been no selection whatsoever yet. But whoever does the best in this one should get a good shot at it. And if they try and target air, it doesn't let them. So that's probably why we're seeing a lot of these that stay null for longer than 10 seconds. I could let them target air, but yeah. So does anybody have any questions? Whose first time is it on this stream? I'm curious. Also, how'd you guys find us? We kept it so hidden. No, I'm kidding. Hippopotamus. Let's see. Let's drop out a little bit. And real quick, see what our gen progress is. Only at 24%. I think they're overusing the Explorer, maybe. And since I dropped down to 10 instead of, well, it's still 20 by 20, I guess. It's still 8,000 blocks they're scanning at once. Drop in a breakpoint just to be on the safe side here. Go one there and one here. And this should tell us if they select either a block or an entity that isn't air. There's a better way to do this, I found out. Let's see. After how many gens do they stall out? The default's 75. If they had done 75 generations without improving, then that should stall them out. Disminer, I searched AI learns to play Minecraft. Cool. And I popped up. I think we're moving up in the search ranking somehow, which is awesome. So again, this is Gen 0. There's not much going on here, but they do get smarter. And if you check out our Twitch live stream from Thursday morning, I think it was, they really were on track in their points. So I just got to pick the right target right now. That's what we're waiting for, because they pick an air a bunch, I'm guessing. AI Learning +1, how long did it take you to finish the basic interface? There's this question, okay. I think the question's fine. The basic interface, the graphical interface, it didn't take that long. I mean, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. So ChaosCraft is wired into another service that I also built called ChaosNet, which holds the backend. It's like a GitHub for neural nets, but it also generates them too. But the simulation of them all happens on your machine. So you guys can actually run this stuff. Unfortunately, due to server limitations and financial limitations, I mean, I built it to scale, but we just don't have the money to buy bigger stuff yet. But I did just finish the migration of, I didn't roll this to dev yet, or to out of dev. It's still in dev, and I need to roll it to alpha so you guys can use it. But we're now no longer reliant on the session table in DynamoDB, for those of you guys that have been playing around with that whole thing. Seek says, sorry to ask this late, but why do you want to make Minecraft AI? I find it very interesting. I mean, it's not just Minecraft. I'd love to do things a lot more excited than Minecraft, but Minecraft is a wonderful playground to play with, and it's given us so many fun challenges. It is tricky because it's three-dimensional, and these guys would learn it so much faster if it wasn't three-dimensional, most likely. But with my new systems in place, that actually should mitigate a lot of the three-dimensional problems that we've got. This new tracking, targeting system, that'll take a bunch of the problems out of there. Not all of them, I'm sure, but a bunch. Either way, I think, oh, no, I thought he targeted something. Man, no one's targeting anything right now. We saw someone target something. Just they must really love that air. No, I think I'm a software web application architect by trade, and every couple of years I have to learn new stuff. I mean, I'm always actually learning new stuff, and I think that artificial intelligence is going to put. Well, actually, let me go back a step. Being a software developer is kind of a cush job in certain ways. It's also tough, but you can always get hired right now, and it's been that way for a couple decades. Being a software engineer, I've been laid off of volatile startups, but that's just because the startup had no business model and ran out of money. But it's easy to pick up work. And I've hired guys out of code schools for like $25 an hour, and they've only done like 6 to 12 week code school. And I think all that might change with AI because it's really, this guy's making decisions. It's really frees up the senior level guys to do a lot of stuff that the junior level guys were doing before or could automate that. So it's it's something from a business standpoint, if I want to stay relevant in this industry, I need to adapt either way. What I really want to do is build this whole thing out and create like an entire world where these guys can like self-simulate and learn and develop different behaviors and biologies. I want their models to mutate. Some of them will be bigger and slower, or smaller and faster, and we'll see, once that happens, like just give them an entire Minecraft world and let them just go and try and sort it out. So it's a very long-winded answer. So I'm a little alarmed right now because we don't have any, I'm not seeing any, hold on. Why is there a W randomly placed in here? Add another breakpoint in here. So scores count as 0, something screwed up again. Score size is 0. So if I hop in here, we just wasted a bunch of time if these guys don't have that neuron. So they got the type input, type output. Look at target output, but they're missing the neuron that I added in not 5 minutes ago. It's like we've got a ghost out here trolling me and stealing the neurons. Sure enough, it's gone. Just one neuron, just one, for no reason. I'll add it back in again. But that's why this has been boring, because most of these guys didn't have this one neuron. We double check the fitness functions, make sure they're not screwed up again. Sweet mother of pearl. It would not be a schematical live stream without a ton of stuff. It's funny, as I had all of this set up earlier, and they're just randomly disappearing now. Like I set it up ahead of time, so we'd be good to go. Didn't want any problems. I just want to let it run and answer you guys' questions. But no. All right. Okay, so we're gonna right away double check they've got the right neurons. Okay, so they already targeted something. There we go, a block. I'm gonna let it roll through. What did you target? It's the client side. Oh. That's weird. Oh, that's probably because I'm drawing lines on the screen. Hold on. If I look at that again without the lines, yeah, look at that, it doesn't care. Just doesn't like lines. Okay, so one of them targeted something already. Okay, actually, see down here that they're targeting. Somebody targeted oak planks. So we should have a score. Not a big one, but okay, we're gonna go back into observe mode. Man, we didn't find him. Okay, well this is good because we can see people targeting stuff. They targeted each other. They're targeting each other a lot. They like each other. Just fine. But somebody scored. So if we don't see a score pop up when this thing goes to iterate, you know something's way off. Evolution says no. Yeah, I think my GUI says no. So again, this up here, and that doesn't say no. I should give them like a point for targeting anything, honestly. But when this says not null, because right now there's a bunch of people targeting air. Yeah, they're targeting each other a bunch. I mean, they're probably trying to target air, so I put a breakpoint here. Yeah, that's there's a good chance they're trying to target air. If I step over, yeah, it's air. Yeah. One of them targeted wood. We will find that again. That'll happen. That guy will be back because he will be at the top of his species, theoretically. Org entity, lava. Somebody targeted lava. Obsidian. When they target air, as long as I'm in observe mode, within 5 seconds, as long as they're still alive, it'll go to the highest scoring one. Not air, geez. Wood or the waypoint block. And they're brawling. Org entity. Nice bat mustache there. Oak planks. Show me oak planks. Come on. Ah. Did they die? Oak planks, plural. Do I have it as planks? I do not. I have it as oak plank. God. Okay. Well, we would have been screwed on this one either way. So what just happened is that my fitness functions are set for oak plank, not oak planks. So that's why they didn't get that. So give me a second, and I'm going to restart this. Well, that's restarting. I'm trying to show you, bring this in so I can show you guys this. I don't want you taking up 2/3 of the screen. Where'd the rest of my screen go? Ooh, Windows is a virus. Oak planks. Okay. So, oh, I see what's happened here. Look at that. It's wrapping. I guess probably wouldn't wrap it was wider. I can't even say that. All right. Well, we need to check the waypoint one as well, but clients back up. No, servers back up, clients booting. Waypoint block item. Okay, not that. Waypoint block that JSON. That's what I got it set to. That should work. Whoa. That's not supposed to be on the main screen. Windows, you're killing me. What was my reason to replace Linux with Windows? Mainly the video editing software. Linux does not have a great video editing software. I thought that the GPU integration would be better because Linux does integrate with GPUs, but when you buy it stock, they don't. It doesn't work. And like on a laptop at least, like if I built a machine, it might work better. So. With that said, I still use my Linux laptop a lot. All the back end stuff is on the Linux laptop. The front end for ChaosNet, Linux laptop. Most of my client work, Linux laptop. And the Windows laptop is like not exclusively for ChaosCraft, but okay. Targeted oak planks. All right, I'm not in observer mode. Yes, nice. Look at the top right there. We've got them targeted. They're zoomed in. They died, but they were zoomed in on that. So they scored. We were able to get to that score. So that was the problem, was the fitness function was jacked up. God, I kind of want a hard reset, but I really got to stop doing that. I mean, if you got a hard reset, you got a hard reset. Let's see where we are as far as this goes. Network info, 29%. So we've got 592 that have reported so far out of 2,000. And 2,000 is 20 species that each have 100 apiece. And if you guys want to understand more about how that works, there's a video on how neat neural nets work on this channel. So. Does anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? Ooh, this guy targeted planks, but he's walking away from them. He is most likely staring right at them. Yep, hold on. He's staring right at him, but he's walking backwards. But he's got his 2 points of score, so he'll spawn up in the next generation. Smooth move, buddy. Oh, he targeted his friend, and now he's walking away from his friend. I guess I can't say they're friends. They may not like each other. I doubt they have a preference. And they've targeted oak planks, and he's dead. This guy, okay, see, look at that. Look at how on point that targeting system is. It's a Gen 0, and all he has to do is figure out how to dig this thing, and he'd be rich. I got to change up how scans are done. I got to figure out how to trigger that. I probably should just give them the ability to fire their own scans off, but that would require probably implementing an entire energy thing because scans are CPU costly. You run through 8,000 blocks in less than a 20th of a second. Calculations is still a lot. Homework, but this week is spring break for me. Alien Anthony says, nice. Sounds good. Ooh, look at this. Look, he's locked on. Like he's staring right at it. Remember before we're like, are they looking at it, pitch in the yaw? What's funny is it's still, the pitch calculations are off somehow. But it doesn't matter because I bypassed them completely. This guy's just looking anywhere. So Gen 2, we're going to start seeing a lot more of them do interesting stuff probably. Not a lot more, but those species that figured it out. Let's see if we got any species that clocked points. Yep. 1, 2. So only 2 species, 3 species now figured it out. So that'll be in the top. And we've only processed 46%, so we got a good chance of getting some more species that'll target it, right? Why is he targeting the edge of the block? Good question. I may have to make some adjustments to this, but I would wager that just has to do with the Minecraft vector system. I've seen in the code where they add like 0.5 to it. I've added 0.5 to the yaw before, so I'm just glad they're kind of targeting him. He's targeted him, but look at the pitch delta. PD, up here, PD is -90. I'm wondering if it's just offset by 90. My math. What a jerk. Ooh. No, he's got targets thought of null. Wijai, sort out my old projects, which were written in vocational high school this weekend. Cool. Alien Anthony, because that's the exact point. Yeah, I think it's an integer. Like, there's not. The block positions are in integers, whole numbers, and it had to be a decimal to hit the middle of the block. It'd be like 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, which I can do. I just hadn't on the last Twitch stream, and I was really getting into the how this targeting system is going to work. Tech stack LP, yeah, block positions are the corner of the block. To get to the center, you have to offset it by 0.5. To get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. Okay, now somebody dig. Okay, he's focused on it. It is the side of it. I wonder if let's hop out of this. Stop observing. Good. Click on him. Neural net. Let's see what his dig output. Dig output is not firing off though. So we need them because they might be missing it, which means I'd have to go back in. I mean, that we should be able to do without having to do a hard reset. So I'm okay with like letting this run a little bit further and just see if anybody digs this stuff. Excuse me. And I've seen them dig stuff before, like many a time. Even in 0.3, that's when we upgraded from. Let's double check this guy. He's probably doing it. Go. Up. He started to track me now. Oh, you want to push me around, huh? I'm in creative mode. Can't hurt me. Sorry, I'm waiting to highlight the little clip there. I thought it was funny. Still going. So we could see some basic intelligent behavior, just no digging yet. I also haven't seen anybody target a waypoint block, so keep your eyes open for that. And again, this whole premise is mainly to put them in a resource gathering mode. So if they can learn it in here, then when it's simple, ideally they can learn it externally. When it's more complicated, but they have a lot more options. So is this guy intelligent, or is he just got his back against the wall? He can see me, he hasn't targeted me. Seek says, "Oh, you fixed the face finally." The face. Oh, so their heads are actually facing stuff. Yes, that was a big win. This guy's not facing that block. He just doesn't know what he's doing. That was a big win, but still needs work actually. I think I just saw someone spit out some green particles. No. Yeah, the green particles means they scored. It's slime particles. Yeah, these guys are just screwing around over here. Are we still Gen 0? Let's see. All right, so a couple of them have targeted. That's good. I mean, that's a pretty good high average there. These guys, that means more than one of them decided to target it. And we're at network info. We're at 82% done with Gen 1. So Gen 2, we're going to see a lot more people walking up to these things, which means more people have a chance to dig. Let's see. Alien Anthony, these guys have tank controls, right? Can they strafe? They did have that ability. I took it away because before the yaw thing was working, it was just driving me nuts. I'm going to add it back, but I will do that. So what you making? Hey, the B-Brain Einstein, what we did here, I don't know if you're familiar with our project at all, but these guys all are neural nets simulating. This is his brain here. And so they're selecting targets right now and then tracking them. And for this particular simulation, we've done a lot of them like King of the Hill over there, and we've done the maze. We've done a chicken hunt in here about 10 times just to get them targeting right. But what they're doing now is they're trying to dig these wood posts, and they get points for that. And they've learned to track the wood posts already, but they haven't dug them yet. And then they get points, like a lot of points, for placing blocks on this thing here. So the idea is dig from there, place from there. And this is like the precursor to a real resource gathering simulation that would ideally be much bigger and more massive, but we're kind of building to that. Comrade Elmo, I'm back. Welcome back. I think you were here at the beginning of the stream, so yes, I do remember you from the beginning of the stream. All right, so where are we at? This is Generation 1, so again, they're very stupid now, though they have tracked those posts well, so we're kind of winning there. So 93% done. 5 of them attempting to report. Okay, good. I thought for a second those two were doing a do-si-do. What gen we at? We are at Gen 0 right now. Let's see, what have you said? Because I had to do hard reset because some weird back-end technical stuff, but we are 97% done with Gen 0. So we should be seeing some bots. I mean, if we look at the species, each species, the first 2 species don't have anybody that scored, and then we've got some scoring speckled around out here. But they literally get 100 points for slapping whatever on here. What do they get for digging? Let me double check that real quick. So when they successfully mine an oak planks, which is still weird to me that it's called planks, but whatever, instead of plank. Doesn't make all right, when they successfully mine oak planks, they will get 10 points and 10 seconds worth of life. But then very quickly they'll start doing a bunch of that, I assume. So this is the end of the generation. We saw that kind of die out there. Otherwise, it should just be continuous. And yep, they're at 1. So keep your eyes open. Everybody on this are probably from that generation or that species that didn't, the first 2 species didn't have any. So these guys got to be from those first 2 species still. But the next one, when we get to species number 3 here, what's it called? The condor. Ooh, that'll get interesting, hopefully. So keep your eyes open for condors. We got pony and kingfisher right now. Pony and horse. Where's kingfisher from? Kingfisher's got some scorers. All right. Is anybody just hugging a post right now? No. All right, that guy might be doing it. This is a pony. No, he's back. He's facing the wrong way. He's just dumb. See, part of the problem is it takes up to 10 seconds for their scanning system to kick off and do a scan, just because we have literally 50 bots that are scanning 8,000 blocks a piece. So I had to spread it out a bit. So that's part of the problem. Can I turn my mic up? I'm at 99%. Let me check OBS real quick. Yeah, OBS has got me clocking in the yellow, so almost in the red. I dare say if I turn it up any louder, I don't think I can, for one, but if I was able to, it might hurt some people's ears. I can do this, though. Now I can't see. I know you can't see me, but the mic's in front of my face. Okay. So what I'm taking away from this is that I've got to figure out how to let them do more continuous scanning. I think they said the horses didn't have any points. These guys all horses. It's a condor. Condor had at least 1 score, but that average is low. Let's hop into observe mode real quick. That'll help us find anybody that's scoring. Okay, he targeted oak planks. Okay, so the ones that are targeting oak planks aren't moving for some reason. So that's why they're not hugging them. They're looking at him, but they're not walking up to him. Oh, there's a guy that's possibly hugging oak planks. So what I could do is add something else where that they're closer to it, they get points as well. But I'd have to code that. Yeah, this guy's up on it. Okay, so my fear is that they're not, well, yeah, trees. So this guy's walking up on it. I'm going to try and hop out of here as fast as I can before he changes his mind. And let's see if his neural net has got a dig output. Dig output's at 0.5. Let me real quick refresh my memory with the dig output code. I think it's got to be higher than 0.5. Yep, it's literally, if it's anything higher than 0.5, it'll do it. So that's why we're not seeing that guy dig. The good news is we're seeing more of them get close to it. Dig output's not connected to anything. I wanted to know what that guy was tracking. It's probably just some obsidian. Nope, that's not intelligent. This guy's making some moves. Yeah. And I'm being tracked again. Hi, buddy. Whoop. Did that just disappear? Yeah. What's their scanning range? 10 blocks, basically, on each side. And it's not like a 10 radius. It's a 10, oh my God, I should probably make more of a radius. It's a box. It's not a circle or a sphere. It's just a straight up box. And each one of those gets assigned a score. If you guys like, I did a fairly in-depth video on this that I released Tuesday. It'll give you more details on it. But I'm not very super excited about the infograph there. I was trying to play with different ways of whiteboarding stuff on camera. I just gotta get comfortable with my face being on camera. I gotta fix the lighting in this room. I think he's tracking me. He's walking away from me, but he's definitely tracking me. Don't know why they select me. Like, they actually don't have a neuron for that by default. I mean, they can spawn neurons for it, but this guy's already got a middle neuron. I think this guy's tracking it. Let's see. Biology. Yep, he's tracking it. All right, so here's what we're going to do real quick. This shouldn't affect their learning too much, but it'll increase the chance of them digging. What we're going to do... how do they decide which target to start tracking? They get to decide. I just reward them. Oh, I just do this. Maybe that's what I'll do for now. We're just not going to mess with this too much. We're going to go just return. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 0.5 to everything. So ideally it'll track more the center of the block. But we will find out if that is the case. I am not 100% sure on this. Some of you guys that are Minecraft modders might be better with this one. So we're going to do a soft reboot of the client and the server, no hard reset, so we shouldn't lose any of the progress we've made. There's just an increased chance that they'll hit the center of the darn thing. Yep, Alien Anthony is correct. It is a second neural net called the target neural net, and it ticks over every single block within that 10 by 10 radius, 10 by 10 by 10, and it gives them all a score, and the highest scoring one is assigned to the target. So it's not probably the single best way of doing it, but it is a much more effective way. I think I went over the math in the last video, the pure combination of permutations. B-Brain Einstein, sorry I missed your comment a little. Oh wait, I'm going up. B-Boy Einstein, what is your goal with this AI? I'm having fun with it and learning a lot. I don't know, build an army of robots, take over the world. No, I'm kidding. No, I could see some, like, I think the future is game dev is going to have some really cool AI stuff going on, and with it, and gaming's a good industry to be in. I taught myself how to program as a kid by writing games and taking apart other people's games, modding GTA 1. So, Seeking Destroy said some bot was trying to break a block like 40 seconds ago. Well, with this new modification, they should be like spot on facing it. So if they try and, I mean, I say should, I have no idea. But in theory, they'll be spot on facing it, so they won't be breaking past it. So we just need one to dig and to have that track the wood, and we are in business because they'll be doing that for a while. I could give them a little more life for tracking the wood in case they've had to walk to it, but then you've got the guys that are walking away from it. So something to think about. Break wood and place it. Yeah. Alien Anthony, man, I'm sorry I missed a bunch of these up here. Have we tried the lava maze in a while? I'd like to see if there's significant increase in evolution and updates. Uh-oh, we got a problem here. That's not good. What is this? Target selected. No block to check against. Oh. Okay, that's not going to work. Yeah, look at target output. Here we go. All right, we're going to kind of cheat this just a little bit. 1 second. So what I'm doing is the same thing, just in a different spot because it was breaking the rule. And just so you guys know what the F is for, it makes it a floating point decimal. Wait, is that? I think. Let's do. Yeah, okay, we need to use new posts. There we go. Let's restart this. Let's restart that. And yeah, but okay, so sorry, I do want to do the lava maze. I figured people wanted to see something besides just navigation stuff because I'm pretty sure I've been stuck on navigation for a couple weeks. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I would love to see what they would do in the lava maze. Actually, I believe it's from Discord. Cold Embrace of Death has started teaching them to build bridges already, so he's way ahead of me. Did the server start? No, server of course did not start, so now we gotta wait longer. I think it started. Ah, there it is. It's not gonna be ready yet. Let's see. Well, way AGI. I said interface, which means NPC's interface. I tried to use the Minecraft plugin to decompile stuff. It didn't allow me to create a simple human entity. So inheritance from. Oh, let's take a look. That's an org entity, which is down here, and I extended the mob entity. Turns out. if that answers your question. I think because it has a look helper in it. So it depends on what version of Minecraft you're using. We're using 1.15.2. Let's see. Let's go to spectator. And let's do, start observing. Okay, so he's looking more towards the center of it. Just not digging anything. I wonder, I think that's the mob's look thing that's making it look away. It's got to be something to do with that. Oh, and now I'm back in control. Let's see. How about, oh wait, I can't, sorry. There we go, that's what I'm trying to do. Whew. Oh man, it's been an hour and a half already. I'm surprised like Super Jerry's not on. Thought he'd be on by now. Oh, somebody's got it. So look at that, they scored 10. Somebody did it, they dug it. I don't think was it this guy? He must have dug it and somebody else picked it up. Somebody stole it from him. What a bum. And then he didn't pick anything else up. Well, so we got at least one that is scoring. Let's see if I can catch that in a highlight. Just watch that other guy just hop off to the side. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop out. I want to verify real quickly that the blocks are getting put back where they're supposed to. Yep, most of them should be too high. None of them should be any lower than too high. Yep, okay, so the blocks do go back to where they're supposed to be at the end. That's good. If somebody scored. This guy seems very confused. Look into that. They should just stay focused on the one spot. Second guy had a score of 2. Let's see, the one that snapped to after the guy with the scores got 10. Yeah, I saw that 10. He should have technically 12, because he had to have. Yep. Okay, we got another one. Dug it. Is he holding it? He's holding it. So they are able to dig. That is a thing. Now I have seen none of them target a waypoint block, which actually leads me to a question real quick. Okay. Are you all tracking me? They're all tracking me, pushing me around. I'm trying to work here, guys. It's like Ernie when I'm trying to work, and he's just like, that's not my puppy, but the puppy that I take care of here. He's likes to climb on my lap and sit on my lap while I'm trying to work. Let's see. Okay, where are we at? Server. Let's get this to the bottom. Uh-oh, that's not good. Interesting. But there's another error higher up then. Yeah. That's the same darn one. It's interesting. One of them selecting nothing, basically, is what that's saying. Oh my god. Okay, is air. Okay, Minecraft, ChaosCraft waypoint. Okay. Oh my god. That's frustrating. The ID for the waypoint isn't what I thought it was. Okay. So this significantly just what I'm doing now will increase the chances that they target a waypoint. But generations that currently have the wrong neuron are going to be stuck with it. So they're going to be severely limited, and I'm tempted to do a hard reset, but I am not at this moment. Let's see what we got here. Species 22. That means this guy probably dug too. This guy dug it and never targeted it. This guy targeted and dug it. So, like, this is dumb luck. Stupid kangaroos. This is less action-packed than I'd like. This I got to get better at training him and then dropping him in. And just being like, here we go. But it is still kind of exciting for me. That's dumb luck. Move. Does anybody have any questions or suggestions for future simulations? Keeping in mind that we can't like just, I mean, we could set them free in the wild, but we've seen that, and this is going much better right now. So when we do release them in the wild, I will be much more adept at learning. That guy's definitely tracking that guy to bully him. He's a jerk. Should give him a jerk score. Whoa! Now he's tracking me, yeah? Yeah, you want to fight me? Dang it. He just died out of fear. Okay, this guy is properly tracking. So I came up with a version of this so I'm working on something on the back end called roles, which means that you can define different fitness functions for basically, there'll be different sets of, different fitness functions for different roles. So you just say 2 roles, hiders and seekers. I also came up with one I call whack-a-mole, where one's job is to basically consume all types of a block or make sure that this is open, and the other one's job is to put stuff on top of it. So one of them's building stuff, the other one's tearing it down as fast as they can. I thought that'd be amusing. Did he compile stuff? And let's do look thing that's center of it. Thought he'd be on by now. Oh! Somebody's got it. Look at that. They got scored 10. Somebody did it. They dug it. I don't think it was it this guy? He must have dug it and somebody else. Oops. Being late a bit. Well, welcome to the party. And This miner says, in the wild, will there be no waypoint blocks? So how would you be planning to reward them? That would probably be strictly evolutionary. There's two different ways: strictly evolutionary or discovery of new objects. So I've already designed a system called Nito, and so for Nito V2, basically they can, as they observe things in the wild, those things now can be included in their neurons. Like for most of these machine learning things, they have fixed inputs and outputs. Well, these guys can develop new inputs. I don't know of anybody else doing that, so I'm kind of proud of that one. But real quick, I'm gonna hop back. What we're doing here is they get rewarded for digging planks right now, and they're tracking them like pros. Not that guy. That guy's just lucky, but they're tracking them like pros. Some species are, and then they get even more points for placing a block because they've managed to dig them, they've managed to hold them, but no one's managed to place them on this waypoint block. And why it disappears right away is because it will give them a big boost of points. So that basically, I want to see by the end of it them just digging any piece of wood they can find, drop on there, dig, drop, dig, drop, dig, drop. So, and what I should do is give ones with higher generations and higher scores more scan points, and somehow figure out how to allocate that so they can scan more. But yeah, the wild stuff. Oh man, you guys starting to chat fast here. Where are we going? Oh, maybe not. Never mind. I read most of those already. But yeah, in the wild though, what I'd like to do is have them fend off, like the ones that get good at fending off zombies and building huts. Like it would be similar to how we kind of do it. This guy's got to be tracking. Yeah, he's tracking planks. Weijai, those have entire player system, like inventory. I think I started to implement my own inventory. As far as, oh man, I really got to see why that is so on fire. I thought we were looking at, here we go, org entity. Yeah, they've got an inventory here, which I still need to go back and revamp because that was tested last with 13.1, and these guys all really want a piece of that plank. Change the word I was going to use there. Yeah, so okay, so we're Gen 2 now, and we're seeing more and more tracking, but we're not seeing as much digging. And we still haven't seen any waypoint stuff, but I know why that's happening. So by the time we get to Gen 5, a bunch of them should have new neurons. I kind of want to kill off a couple of these species that are lower level already. I mean, I guess I could just, I don't know, I could, hold on. I guess I will do that. No. Yeah, I could. I'm not gonna. There's something I want to edit, but if I edit it in the middle of this thing, it could cause some serious trouble. So I'm just gonna leave it. I see you're correcting my pronunciation. I'm just gonna go with way right now because I'm not following what that means. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm way better with numbers than I am with the English language or pretty much any language. So never been. Whoa, guy just did an about face. All right, so takeaways. Need a better distributed targeting system. And I need to double check my block IDs before I do preset neurons. Some are hitting others off the planks, being territorial. I'm not surprised about that. That behavior's, well, no one's digging them yet, but yeah, I could see, there's definitely some brawling going on here. I did not put a penalty for hurting each other because it's not the chicken hunt. They're not really meant to be attacking, so I doubt we'll see like overzealous attacking, which we are, but like in higher end species. Are you tracking me? Yeah, they're tracking me. And he changed his mind, punched his friend, and his friend decided to run the other way too. And they're tracking that. Oh, they're digging. There we go. Unfortunately, they have not realized that that block no longer exists. Yeah, get out of my face. That's awesome that they're tracking me, but get out of my face. Okay, now do something with that block. Place it. Place. Please place the block. Oh, we got another one with the block, but someone's attacking him for it. Now he's following me. Okay, so we got more of them digging, so that's good. Why are they coming after me? Yeah, see, this needs to be just waypoint. That's a problem. Planks. He's okay, so this is it. They've developed another, they keep doing this, a neuron that I never gave them. This is one that's totally generated. Actually, I think all these are to spot the player, which is awesome. Wait, that's planks. That's plank. Why are they? A sigmoid. Sigmoid, okay. Oak planks. Oak planks. They shouldn't have two of the same type. That's something's not right there. I don't think this is working, honestly. Oh, we got another one. Okay. Yeah. For the players, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. If you're in the Discord, let us know what your Discord name is. I'm not recognizing it off the way, but other than that, welcome. Disminer, is the dig output the same as hitting? No, it is not actually. I had to code them separately. They're not actually players. It's complicated to explain, but they're meant to behave like players. But no other creature in Minecraft really has that same. They don't behave like players. I don't know where I'm going with that. Tech stack. They keep getting a neuron I never gave them. That statement sounds like how AI uprising begins. I know. That's one of the beauties of Nito is that they can learn new input neurons and output neurons that I never program into them. But they can't. The neuron type has to exist, so they can't just game new neuron types. So for example, if we go in here and we look at our inputs. Whoa. Can't see. Is looking at or is looking at has a biological eye that it takes. They're basically they have 10 eyes that shoot out in different directions, but they only can see what I tell them to see originally until they start walking around and observing things in Minecraft, and then they can learn new eye neurons that'll fire off when they see a block that I never told them to do. So it's the neuron itself, the type of it exists. It's just not tuned in any way, shape, or form to see a player. I never told them, hey, there's going to be a player, and if you see the player, then fire off this neuron. No, they observed a player, and then it created a new neuron for that. Second takeaway was that adding that 0.5 to the block so that focus on the center of the block was big. I mean, we were seeing this Gen 2, and we're seeing pretty consistent block hugging already all around, like almost all the species. These two are battling. I don't know if he has a health input. I should probably look at that. Nope. Just do they have health inputs? Nope, I took the health input out. So one of the big things we need to add is memory, because that guy, like we could evolve a base species that knows if it's getting hit, like run away from your attacker or something like that too. And then be able to pull that into other parts of the game. Hey, we've got 10 concurrent viewers right now. I like it. Welcome, everybody. Feel free to shout out and introduce yourself if you haven't already. And if anybody is not familiar with this, is this their first time watching ChaosCraft? And I haven't kind of given you the summary of what we're doing. Way says, in the current NPC, couldn't it see block in the wall? Minecraft environment bothered me. It acted really didn't like real players' experience. They can see blocks in the wall. We've seen a couple of them track obsidian already. If you see one staring at the wall and he's going like this, he's probably tracking a single block and just overshooting it over and over again. Let's see, it acted. It didn't act like a real player experience. Yeah, I had to program these guys to simulate the player experience, but it's not perfect. Like I think their inventory something's off in that. I know the pitch was jacked up until just the other day, and there's still parts of the pitch that are jacked up, so we got to fix that. But they actually have a player proxy, so it actually creates a fake player that behaves as them at times, not all the time, but looks like he's trying to bang his head against the thing until he breaks it, which is not an efficient way of mining, sir. Yeah, no, just banging your head at it. The quack, I can't say Kraken. What's up? I've been watching for a bit, but not any live stuff. So you've kind of got this. Yep, we've got neural nets today. They get points for mining the wood, and then they get even more points if they figure out how to put it on a waypoint tile. So ideally, within a couple hours, and I've already been going for a bit, but we had a lot of technical difficulties at the beginning, and still are suffering from one of them that'll take at least 5 generations to ramify. That's Gen 2. I thought it was Gen 6. I'm like, yes, Gen 6. Some of them are going to have the new neuron. I didn't have to do the hard reset. But ideally they'll place it on this thing. So it's just a precursor to a resource gathering game, a bigger challenge. But we're just kind of making sure. At first we weren't sure they were going to be able to dig. We even actually made some modifications to make sure they could square up with the block better. And once we did that, they were off to right here. Somebody dug this thing. Now they love to follow me around. Like, it's impressive how quickly they get the neuron to target players. Planks. This candidate cow, that's not working. It's driving me nuts. Waypoint block. Actually, this guy doesn't even have. He just selected me. Oh my God. They're all up on me. Get off me. Oh, what's this guy doing? Okay, he's like a puppy. Like, collected it and he wants to bring it to me. Like, it's like what Ernie does. Yeah, so they're digging blocks efficiently. But I do not believe they have the concept of this thing right here, which is a problem. So we're kind of in a weird state right now. I guess they'll just become really good at digging for now until that new neuron's introduced. Way says, the block can't be seen in normal vision. Could they figure out the block in the walls, which the real player cannot figure out? They have a better visibility than the players in a lot of ways. They can see, like I said, they can scan a grid, but they have no concept of memory really at the moment. And they have no... Yeah, they don't have a concept of memory, and there's a lot of things they don't know. But they are really effective at walking up to this thing and then chasing me around. It's just, they go from the block to me. Looking at this, so they can track each other now. They can track org entities. But why select me? No, wait, no, not that. Middle neuron. Okay, I guess, so this is red, meaning it's got a negative effect. So maybe that would say, hey, like that org entity is going to be lower than the player entity, and it just likes entities. I don't know. Tomas, welcome, Tomas. How's it going? case you're wondering, these guys are figuring out how to mine wood and ideally place the wood blocks on this waypoint block, which will take the wood away, but it'll give them a bunch of points. So they're learning how to do intelligent resource gathering. There's one other preset neuron I should probably give them, like has equipped, which I don't think I've tested in a while, and I don't want to add in the middle of the stream, but I should add that so that basically can be their intelligence portion, is that to see if they've got equipped that block. I'm going to put another single layer down just to see if anybody figures out how to dig this base one up. You know what? And I'm going to actually put a top one to see if they can figure out how to dig upwards as well. Let's do this one. Because right now they seem to be digging mainly the one directly in front of it, but they're not digging the other ones. Could the neural nets, let's see, the Kraken says, could the neural networks be implemented on a player character, or are they only independent entities? The player character actually has like a lot of weird limitations in it, so we spoof the player character. There's actually this actually what I call a player character or player proxy that's created that has a bunch of the stats of the bot, but it only needs to be used for certain things, like on item use, because evidently bots can't, or entities, mobs can't use items in this game the same way we can. They don't have inventories quite the same, anything like that. So I've had to, like, as I go, just keep mocking that stuff up. So. Oh man, getting people in Discord. Sorry if you're hopping in the Discord and I haven't said anything. All right. Sorry, my consulting stuff is shooting me a message, but I think I was pretty clear that Friday afternoon is reserved for my schematical internal projects, which this is. So I'm going to finish this real quick, and then I'll help them out. So I probably got another half an hour in me. You guys got some good questions. So if anybody has any suggestions on simulations they'd like to see run, I'm all ears. My bigger goal is to create longer simulations that like were entire populations of these guys that don't all look like Batman, which I got to fix that. Generate, create or start behaving in interesting ways and form like little societies. I want to give them the ability to communicate. And like basically, I was thinking about it like you could have them send block positions to each other too. Memory is a big thing. Not doing whatever these guys are doing would be big. It's just kind of goofing around there, you guys. Yep, here we go. Well done, man. Look at that. Got a little green score and everything. Tomas says, dude. Well, he says, so I worry the ability to make AIs act very different from normal players. Example, they don't search ore, just walk away to scan the ore on the ground. I'm not sure I fully understand that. Like, they're not going to be able, I mean, they kind of work like players, but we're not using like player data to do it, so they're going to learn totally different than a human would play this game. And just the nature of the way we did this, that's going to be it. But that's kind of cool, because then you can come in here and see totally unique behavior that you never expected. We're at the end of a generation, and they all died out. And we are at generation 4? Generation 3? Good God. This is going slow. Let's take a look at what we got for scores. We got 22, we got 10, we got 12, So their average is 13. These guys are kicking butt. These guys' average is 10. That's really good, actually, too. So keep your eyes open for woodpecker and list, because those two are onto something. Thomas says, or Tomas, sorry. Implementing an AI and MC is my dream. What do I study to get where you are? A lot of YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos ripping apart other people's code. I think in most of my show notes and most of my videos, at least the recent ones, links to this code where it's got, the activator functions and stuff are in there. So we got to learn AI channel in Discord. So hop on there and check it out. I do not have a degree in this stuff. I actually don't even have a degree in programming or anything like that either. Really, at least not like a bachelor's or anything like that. I've been programming since I was a kid, though. I think they took the top off that. No, this isn't a 3 tall. I'm gonna make these 3 tall. So yeah, you just keep talking to people, collaborating, inventing stuff. I mean, we're starting to get some really interesting behaviors now. Like this type of tracking in 3 generations was like even a month ago unheard of. Like I wouldn't have dreamed that we could do this type of tracking this quickly, and now we're doing it. So that's insane for me. Like even just watch like how long we spent on the King of the Hill with the B at the top, and they're with these fitness functions, a little bit wider range of scanning. These guys could climb that thing in 1 generation, and just be beast moding it up there. So we're making progress. The Kraken. So what would happen if you put some random block in there? Let's go back one. I'm gonna try and see where there is. I'm not sure what you mean by there. Would they be rewarded for any block on the waypoint, just the wood? Oh, I need to double check that, but let's double check that. It should just be the wood. It should just be the wood. Let me real quick take a look to make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Yeah. So right here's where it tests it and it puts in the block, and my backend code will have it cross-check that. There. I gotta nip this in the butt eventually. This is. Okay, step over. So what's the block? Oak planks. Lovely. I think some of them must be setting it to air or something. That's probably what's happening. Some of them are targeting air somehow, or something that evaluates as null. All right, let's see. Make them cooperate with each other. Yes, that is a big thing. What we're going to do is roles and teams eventually, but I need to make it so they don't spawn in like this. Because right now they just continuously spawn in as much as they can, as fast as they can for the purposes of just trying to push these guys through. And I need to switch it up so we can spawn them up in sync. So if we have teams, fighting each other or playing each other, I want to do soccer. It's one or football, footy, whatever. It would be obviously a variation on that, or even hide and seek. But we don't have a way to do that yet. So I've been designing plans for it. But that's one big thing, and then communication's another. But these little simulations like this, I think, have been really helpful instead of doing really big stuff. Get off me. They also make for really easy, digestible YouTube videos, which helps as well attract attention, it turns out. Let's see. Wei says, the way they act affected by what you input, you give them the ability to scan blocks in the area, makes them not need to see the or what players can see. That is true, and I have thought about limiting it. I could limit it to only things within their eyesight, but it's more math, and the scans are already slow at this volume. So I'm inclined not to do that yet. Like, I could require that the scan has to be translucent, but It's just the scan. I mean, actually, honestly, it might speed it up if I could figure out how to properly limit it. It could speed things up. So I see what you're saying. Um, maybe we'll get there. It's my fear is that I'll have to make them less of them spawn. So I think limiting their scan at first is probably going to be something that's going to be important. Thomas, thanks for answering. Happy to answer. Happy to help. I'll do. Kraken, do you think they might learn quicker with a block that breaks instantly? Slime blocks would work well. That's true. Well, part of it before they just walk along a wall and they just would just hit stuff, and it would just be like if I walked along this wall in creative mode and hit stuff, like it's not necessarily focused. Now we've got their targeting zeroed in. It's good that they have to spend a second to break that block. What I should probably do is add another neuron like target no longer exists or something like that. Like, there's a bunch of other neurons I want to add. Are you guys just punching each other? This is not the smartest species that's out right now. Termites. Termites, they got a score 2. All right, I gotta get some water. I don't talk this much in a day, much less, you know. So no one's managed to mine a block up that I'm aware of, only directly in front of it. I think. See, they mine the block and then they walk right at me. Doesn't make any sense. No one's placed a block that I'm aware of, and I do believe I'm rewarding just placing a block anywhere. So just place a block, guys. And we know they can place blocks because Cold Embrace from Discord, he's doing a whole simulation on that stuff. Okay, someone place a block. I'm going to give him for placing a block. Let me double check. Yeah, placing a block anywhere, they can score up to 4 points with. Just placing a block any which place. You can put it right back where you got it, and you can score 1 point 4 times with that. So just place. They're trying to get up there. I'm wondering if the dig is on the look output. I have to double check one thing real quick. Dig output. Yeah, it uses the look vector. I wonder if we normalize that. I should probably normalize that. Oh, get looks probably already normalized. Okay. Oh, my foot's asleep. I find it odd no one's placed a block yet. I guess so few of them are digging them. It's slightly unlikely that they would have both the place and the dig neurons up right off the bat. But we have tested since we switched to 15.2 that they can place, or 15.1. But let's see, place block output. Yeah, this guy's not even. It's got nothing going on with it. A 3. That's pretty high. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he's too close to it to dig down, maybe. It's like the Three Stooges there, slapping each other up. Locusts, what are the locusts scoring? 2. Well, they're tracking all right. Got 50%. It's a bit slow. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop down their explore bonus a little bit. All right. Beard Zoo Gaming. Welcome, by the way. Make them place ignited TNT. Go back a couple of videos and you will see that. It's probably at least 4 videos back, maybe more. But yeah, I was testing their block placing abilities and I was testing to see if they could use items. So first I gave them TNT and then I gave them a lighter. And shenanigans ensued in that video. It was much less scientific than what's going on here. They are actually tracking and doing stuff interesting, but I was just tracking to see if they could place blocks. At the moment, it's almost like they can't place blocks. One of them's going to learn to place blocks, and then it's just going to be a mess. But I've got an auto cleanup feature going on, so it actually repairs any blocks that they destroy, theoretically. God, they can't dig down. That's driving me nuts. They technically only have 5 seconds of life to begin with, and then as they explore, they get a little bit more, and as they achieve stuff, they keep getting more and more and more. So I put limits on all of it though, because if you leave it totally unlimited, which I used to do, and you leave the stream running when you go somewhere and people are watching, or when you go to sleep and you leave the stream running, and it just one bot just takes over and figures out how to game the system. Happens every time. So you always got to put limits on it, or they just keep going. So I just dropped the Explorer down to 15. I'm tempted to drop it down to 10, but yeah. Let's give him a little more. We're going to give him more life for placing a block because I've got to get a block. So we're going to give him 15 for that, and we're going to give him, I'm going to give him a full, for block mind, I'm going to give him a full, I got him at 10 right now. I'm going to go up to 30. So they get very little for exploring, but this should help. Okay, refresh. Okay. So that all works. So I'm going to restart, not a hard restart, just a quick soft restart. And what that'll do is just reload the fitness functions I just changed. And I need to make a button for that so we don't have to always restart when this happens. But what are you going to do? Is the floor stone or the weird stone-like block? It is literally the block Minecraft : stone, which I think is just stone. So what I just did for anybody, you can't see it on screen, but I just changed around the fitness functions on my other laptop. So just so the ones that aren't like really digging, they're going to die off a little faster now. Should speed things up. All right. Gerdzu, I hope I'm saying that right, Gaming. Hey, I'm not an expert by any means, but if they can't break a block on -1 and +1 level from their eye, maybe they can't place them because they don't reach to the ground. That's a very valid point. But you would think that they would place them against the outside wall, maybe, or something like that. I could just seal them in here and see what they do, so they've got more wall space to go against. That is a good point. And see, part of it I think is that they when they decide they're gonna, well, they can stop walking forward, but I'm jumping for some reason. But if I'm looking down, yep, right as we say it, right as we say it. Oh, and I stole that from him. I'll throw a block to you guys. Don't hurt me. I'll give you a block. Right as we say it's not possible, they totally do it. Okay, all right. Go for it. Go for it. he must have tracked the item, and then he's like, "Where's the item?" Yep, he tracked the item, and now he's just like, "I don't know." Now he's tracking me again. That's funny. The second, oh, we got that. That's just stuck in a weird state. That's awesome, though. So they can dig down. So I don't know. Okay, this one over here is missing its top one. See that? They can dig up. This respawns momentarily. We know it worked. Who's got the, oh, they get, if they manage to do both these, then they yep, okay, so there it goes. They must have gotten a good amount of life from that. I'm wondering if I should give them in the score rewards a scan bonus that'll allow them to run to scan again if they're doing something. That'd be cool. I'm gonna write that down. Let me write this. What's this? I'm thinking about incorporating the concept of energy, think of it like oh, I'm trying to think of the words, like a stamina. And so if they have they can expend stamina on certain actions. Maybe not navigation so much, but scanning is definitely a big one because that takes CPU power. Yeah, nice timing indeed. They are on to something, and yes. The problem is none of them have the waypoint neuron, the preset neuron. I accidentally misspelled it, and I could do a hard reset, but I really don't want to. So I'm hoping that we can speed it up. But once they reach Gen 5, about 75% or more of the species will die out. And so we'll get the new species will have the new neuron, and it should be fine. These guys are up to 22, so this means that we've got at least one that mined twice. I couldn't help but think if they could scan more frequently, they would just be mining like beasts. Disminer says, if they place a block not on the waypoint, will it also disappear? That shouldn't happen. See how I'm placing blocks? Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. That's literally the code to do that is all in the waypoint block itself. And so it looks for when its neighbor changes. So it's unlikely that that is happening. Is it possible? Yes. Very remotely possible. But what we can do, you know what? This is why we have breakpoints. Outputs, place block output. Lost it. Where'd it go? Place block output. Yep. Okay, so one of them's trying to place. Let's see what we got here. It's got some raycast results. So it's actually got something it could place. It could fire off. We're going to step into it. I'm probably going to get disconnected. And so it's trying to place block on air. Well, so that's where the problem comes in hand there. I could put this outside of this. I don't know why I've got this. Oh, wait, block post result. Yeah, okay. So they're trying to place it on air is a problem. So what we'll do is we'll drop another breakpoint there. And next time it happens, we should be, oh, we got this. Okay, so what's that? All right, we'll step into this then. Step in, get held item. Item is air. So it just returns empty then. Yeah. So the guys that are trying to place blocks appear not to have anything. So we'll just go ahead and put this in here, and it'll, if anybody's not holding air, it should go. And that killed the server for some reason, but we'll come back to that. It will also disappear when they die. I should mention that. I have a whole system set up that'll clean up their messes, because otherwise they dig these giant craters that just get them stuck. So, are you using 100% of the computer power right now? No, I do not believe I am. Oh, wait. Yes. Yes, I am. I'm using a bunch of the GPU too. Some of this is streaming now. Honestly, I think OBS uses more power than that. But yeah, we're putting a good dent into it now. But that's just booting up, so let's wait till it settles. As far as overclocking it goes, I'm told that there are some extensions that could do it. There's some people that are modding experts, not myself, but they I'm gonna lean on them to help me with that one when the time comes. So they could escape by placing a door next to the wall, evil laughter. They could actually, now that I've placed some blocks that they actually can mine with their bare hands, they could escape by building a little thing up. They just need 2 of these, and they could build their way out, if I'm not mistaken, which would be amazing. I've seen them escape crappier enclosures, though. I think they escaped over here. I didn't have the wall built up high enough, and they managed to escape off and ran off over that direction. So that was probably the lava maze one. I think maybe I had spawn blocks placed wrong. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go back to full screen. What are we at? My CPU's at about 35% and floating there. My GPU's at 72. But again, the GPU is probably my screencasting software. All right, I'm gonna go maybe 10 more minutes, and oh, it hit the breakpoint. That's good. But did it go? Somebody, okay, they may have placed a block. This looks legit. We did get kicked out, but let's take a look. Item air hole. I stepped one step too far. So it's result success. Somebody may have placed one. It's also possible, I'd like to note, that they might dig and place the block back as fast as they can go. That's theoretically possible. There's a cooldown somewhere in here, but Mattmar says hello. Mattmar space. Hello, Mattmar. And evidently you are friends with hopefully I'm saying this right, Geared Zoo Gaming. So cool. All right, well, you hit actually during the second half of the stream, once we got this thing going, relatively few restarts happening, which is nice. The only reason it restarted now is because I slapped that breakpoint in there and let it time out. Oh, we're missing one. So that's the block that must have gotten taken away. Ah ha ha. They are trying to escape. Yeah, I don't look coy. So they placed one. With second we put that breakpoint in there, they placed one. I mean, you guys go back and let me know. I don't think I put that there. I try not to leave a mess around this place. But yeah, and it would have gotten destroyed. We wouldn't have seen it. So they may be placing blocks when we're not looking. But then he would have lost the score for it. Well, what's the score for that anyway? Yeah, place block is just 1 at the moment. Otherwise, I just place them randomly. Maybe I should up that a little higher. You're missing the point there, buddy. I probably should remove that block, but I really like it being there. Yeah, we're running at 43% right now. GPU is dropping down to 33, or CPU. GPU is at 75, but again, nothing ChaosCraft related is probably running on the GPU, by the way. So it might be theoretically possible, but most likely with a newer version of Java, because these guys are using 1.8 and I think the newest version's a lot higher than 8. So I have no way to make it run on the GPU right now. All right, must be entering the end of this generation. Let's look here. It's in progress 7. Oh, I was wrong. There must have just been a lag in the whatever. But this is Gen 4, if I'm not mistaken. So Gen 4, they're starting to place blocks. They're consistently mining blocks. That's awesome. These are all things I wouldn't have thought possible even a month or two ago. Okay, place that block. No, don't follow me around. Okay, well, you deserve to die, man. Don't follow me around. Go place the block. I should have put a bonus for beginning to dig or something like that, maybe. Like a time bonus. Just to buy him a little more time there. Because if you notice, the guy that was just following me stayed alive and the other one just died. Almost as like his bonus didn't really happen. All right, 5 more minutes. Can they place another block? By the way, if you like this stream and you're interested in more Minecraft, AI, neural network, machine learning type stuff, subscribe to the channel. We're also on Twitch, which I stream fairly randomly but at least twice a week usually, and they're like longer runs and a little less focused, and I won't guarantee I'm always at the machine, because some people just want to check it on the bots and see if they're doing anything cool or there any cool species going on. So I just let this run in the evening sometimes like that. But yeah, the usual stuff like share, subscribe, smash that like button. No. Over here was going to be a house of zombies. And then I forgot I left the factory thing over here. So every time I restarted the simulation, it spawned a new zombie in. So this house was just full of zombies because I'd restarted so many times. So if you have any suggestions for simulations you'd like to see run, let me know. I would say in the comments, but in the live chat or the comments if you're watching this in the future. Then, yeah, that guy I don't think is. I think. Okay, that was a little wonky because they might have just been facing each other. No one knows. I'm gonna slap a breakpoint back in here again. There we go. So I'm not gonna let it lag when it does, but that'll at least give us a good notification when someone places a block. Yep. So that respawning just meant that whoever's mined it in the first place died. Has anybody got any suggestions for simulations they'd like to see these guys try and solve? I'm trying to do it in step by step, you know, they just keep getting better and better at this stuff. Don't want to throw them in the deep end too early. The teams is definitely on the horizon. Multi-roles are coming up, so they can be assigned different roles. By roles, I mean like hider versus seeker, or builder versus breaker. Just imagine a whole civilization of these guys with different jobs to do, just going about their business. Whole world. Man, we had that one guy place a block, and then because I was debugging it, it timed out. All right, I'm not seeing much in the chat, so I think I'm going to let this thing continue to simulate because I know we're going to see better results once that new neuron hits in a generation or two. I'm going to take a breather, maybe take the dog for a walk. Oop, I got something here. Zoo Gaming. Well, my idea is that you could give the wood right from the start and give them a score for mining, but also give them a little more chance to place stuff. Yeah, that'll definitely get them to place more blocks. You should, if you're not on the Discord, hop on the Discord and check out Colden Braceve. His username's Colden Braceve Death. He's also running this. By the way, if you didn't know, you guys can actually run this stuff. You just got to get ChaosNet credentials, which we can help you with on the Discord. But yeah, this is all open source. There's a bunch of other people running this and forking it and trying different things. So by all means, why did they chase me afterwards? I think that's a bug with their targeting or something where it immediately finds the player to track. Yeah, they are just killing it. But yeah, I just so you know, you guys can run this stuff. G Gaming is good enough. Okay, G Gaming, I will remember that. But yes, he's doing one where he's trying to get him to place it in specific patterns. And he's trying to get him to build bridges and stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. So we're getting there. My new now I've got the new targeting system. I think it's going to get easier than when they just had the raycast eyes. So I think memory is going to be key. Look at those guys. Oh, someone was digging the top. and they stopped. And they're all dead now. He's almost doing it. Nope, no. Stop tracking me. I am going to outlaw tracking the player pretty soon. It's mildly amusing, but it's like, come on. Get back to work. All right. I'll be on the Discord, and I'll be around all weekend working on stuff. So take care, and I don't know, eat your vegetables. I don't really have a sign-off line here. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.